Hi, Dr. and Mrs. K. I'm 27, male, and I have been single forever. I recently worked through some of my shame that held me back, and now I really like myself. I feel confident that I deserve love and am capable of giving it. However, I'm still anxious reaching out and getting to know women. In the moment, I have no idea what to say or feel scared to introduce myself. After the opportunity passes, I think of multiple ways I could have started a conversation or flirted, and I'll wish I did it and reassure myself that I will have courage next time. But this pattern keeps repeating. I understand that I have to take a risk, but is there a way I can get rid of the panic and fear of embarrassment that arises so I can be ready for the next opportunity? I love this question.
My answer is no.
There's not a way to get rid of the panic and fear of embarrassment?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, did you have an answer?
I think so.
Dude, this is like, okay, then help us out.
I used to be really scared of coming on stream, but I just blew it a couple of times and now I'm fine. I think you just have to...
did you get rid of the panic and fear before you came on stream?
No, I just got better at preparing, I think.
That I think you can do.
Yes.
So I think there's definitely something that this person can do. But I don't think you can get rid of the panic or fear of embarrassment. All right, so let's...
So I think you have to increase your comfort and your confidence.
There's a lot of stuff you can do, but can you get rid of the fear? Like, there's no cheat code to get rid of fear of embarrassment.
But if all that there is fear and embarrassment, then that's the only emotion you're feeling. But if you're also feeling excitement and confident and all these other things, then panic and fear is just one of many things. It's not the overwhelming thing that I think causes the paralysis.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that you can do, but I don't think you can get rid of the panic and fear. And I think that's the problem, right? So I think the problem here is that we think to ourselves, oh, how can I get rid of this thing? And you can't get rid of that thing, so you end up stuck. Where there's a whole lot of other stuff you can do to make yourself like more able to engage with other people. So for example, you can let go of so when you introduce yourself to someone, I imagine that you have a lot of expectations over what is coming out of that introduction.
That's true.
So I think what you can do is let go of those expectations, which doesn't have anything to do with the fear of embarrassment or panic. It's just like, hey, there's a person here. So here's one tip that, this doesn't, I can give you guys tips, but they're not good ones because I tried them for a while and I ended up,
with
single.
me or something.
But the whole point is that I didn't use any of my tricks on you. Like I just was like.
What were your tricks?
I'm about to tell you. They were ineffective.
Okay.
So one is that I realized that so when I was in college, right, and I was like 19-year-old Dr. Chad, I was neither a doctor nor a Chad. I had this idea and I had this revelation that if I make friends with a girl, she can introduce me to her friends. So rather than like trying to ask this girl out, like if I just make friends with her, like she'll introduce me to a bunch of her friends and I can ask like 6 girls out instead. So it increases my access to the pool of women. Right?
That's so bad.
I'm telling you, this is shitty strategies.
So bad.
I didn't end up with any of them, right?
Is that why you wanted to come into my dorm?
No. I'm pretty sure at the point that I was breaking into your all-women's dorm, I'm pretty sure I understood that we were dating. Like,
Y'all,
I had figured it out.
He's literally a legend because they tell stories of this guy that broke into our dorm.
Anyway. So, yeah, so it was a legend.
You were, like, literally a legend.
That's where the legend began.
Yeah.
But, years before that, I had come up with all these strategies. I was like, I'm going to do this thing, right? And I don't think any of them work, but I'll share it anyway. I think there's an important principle here that is accurate. So the cool thing that allowed me to do, I mean, the strategy is dumb, but the cool thing it allowed me to do is, like, let go of the expectation that something has to come out of this and I have to get this person to like me. Right? And I think that this is where, if you think about, like, what is the expectation that you have with introducing yourself? And if you have a big expectation, that's going to create the fear of embarrassment because you could screw up. But it's like, why would you introduce yourself to people? There are 1,000 reasons to introduce yourself to people that have nothing to do with dating or finding a relationship. And so just cultivate or pick any of those. right? So you're 27 and you're single, and there's someone that you hang out with, and this could be interesting because, like, don't just look at people that you're attracted to, right? Just, like, go out and meet people. Like getting to know women. Like, do you have to be attracted to the woman to get to know her?
I was gonna say, start hitting on people that you're not super, like, do some low stakes flirting.
Just learn to, like, appreciate human beings for what they are, and, like, the love will come. Right? Like, just like recognize that there are, you know, there are 7 billion human beings on the planet, and each one has something that is, like, incredibly interesting and fascinating about them. That you can engage in relationships with people who, like, you guys can go watch movies together and go play Frisbee together and, like, do all kinds of stuff.
I would have never played Frisbee with you.
Okay. I mean, we've never played Frisbee.
Well, right.
Why? Is it because you don't know how to play Frisbee, or is it something about me? I'm confused.
The physics of Frisbees make no sense.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with me.
It's more about the Frisbee than
so case in point, right? Like, so, like, this is what I'm saying is, you know, if you guys pay attention, I would never play Frisbee with you. Like, that sounds like it's about me. And if I'm, like, anxious, right, I'm gonna think, like, oh my god, what's wrong with me that she would never play Frisbee? But, like, this is the thing, like, human beings, like, she has all kinds of, like, it has nothing to do with me, it has to do with the Frisbee.
Frisbees make no sense.
So this is where, like, if you guys are worried that someone is not doing something with you, like, just think for a second that maybe that has more to do with them than it does with you.
Yeah, and think about, like, if the physics are weird for the things that you're proposing.
That's the problem with the magic. So the physics aren't right.
That's what it is.
It's all about the angle.
I knew you were gonna say that. 100% knew you were gonna say that.
It's because we've talked about it way too much.
So much.
Well, it's all about the physics for me.
If you
know
think
that.
Alok belabors points on stream, you have no idea. All right.
You get wrecked, shitties. Today I am the shitty that was wrecked.
I'm really excited for Buddy, though. That I think if
go back to teaching with chat so that people
go back to teaching
I think
with
they've
chat.
Forgotten about Buddy.
No,
my bad, Buddy.
Don't forget about Buddy. Oh, this is teaching what?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay.
Up top.
Thanks.
See, instead of just waiting for a high five, you just give people a signal so that they know, right?
I gave you a signal, you just didn't see it. That's why.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing the verbal signal.
Hmm.
Right? You see? Communication.
Teach me about communication, Ayok.
Teach me about making the magic happen.
Oh no. Anyway, what I was gonna say is it sounds like you've been on this thing, right? You got rid of the shame and now you really like yourself. And like you're kind of in this progression. So what I wanted to tell you is keep going. I think this will get easier for you as long as that there's more emotions than panic and fear. Like, I really think this should be fun and exciting for you. So in so much as you can kind of remember that, like, meeting somebody should be fun. Meeting somebody should not be this scary thing. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, Buddy, dude, you're a cool dude.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have something to offer people. Like, each and every one of you, like, I know it sounds weird, but, like, each and every one of you has something to offer people. And so, like, get to know people. Just, like, try to meet them and try to, like, recognize that every person that you meet could be, you know, your best friend, could be a friend of yours for the next 5 years, could be, like, a great source for, like, you know, a chicken soup recipe. Like, they could teach you how to make cookies. They could do all kinds of stuff. Like, there are a lot of human beings out there. And I think, like, a big part of what I think the reason people think maybe I'm special is because, you know, every time someone comes on stream, like, I recognize that there's someone here who, like, is awesome in some way. Because we are all awesome in some way. I'm not saying it, you know, because, like, oh, man, like, we all have a piece of the divine, man. Like, sure, that's true. But if you, like, think about it statistically, like, there's something cool about every person.
I think you should just ask women for their chicken soup recipes.
I think that would be weird. That sounds like something I would come up with before I met you. Like, oh, like, I have this master plan to ask women for their chicken soup recipes. And they would become friends of mine because I would signal to them that I'm a cook.
Okay. We're gonna go to the next one.
Sounds good.